You get a whole bunch of traffic. We're talking about super affiliate traffic to a brand new blog or brand new YouTube channel, in particular to sell affiliate offers. So welcome to the stream. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that like button. My name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate from Deadbeat.com. So if you can hear and see me right now, just give me a yes in the chat box so I know that you can actually hear what I'm saying. So type that in and we'll get started right now. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a quick story here. I was talking to a friend. This was probably just a few years ago, and he was wondering how to start a Twitch stream. Okay, how to start streaming on Twitch as a gamer. So this applies to new things in general, building up a new audience, building up a new property online. So how do you cross the chasm? How do you go from one side, clean that gap there, and make it to the other end? So the reason why I asked, like, how come you haven't started your channel? You were talking about how to do this last year. You were talking about doing it the year before that. How come you haven't started? Well, he was saying, there's a big point between 0 and getting 100,000 subscribers, or getting, people to actually watch you. And there is a big gap, but you can transverse that gap actually a lot quicker than you may think, even in a year period or less. So that's what I want to talk about here today. How do you actually do that? So before we do, just a quick question for you. Do you know what I'm talking about in this regard? That feeling of not wanting to climb the mountain or make that step or clear that gap. If so, give me a yes in the chat box if that's something that you're feeling. So Ninad says yes. Okay, so it's good. So for beginners out here, this is how you actually do it. Okay, so step number one is you have to make the commitment. And I know that sounds very cliche. Everyone's like, you gotta commit to success, bro. Commit and it will happen. Commitment means that you are willing to push through this period of uncertainty, from going from nothing to getting to that number that you're looking for, whatever it may be, 1,000 visitors a day on your affiliate blog, making a few $100 a day, whatever it is, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, making the actual core commitment to yourself that you say, I am going to do this no matter what. Now, that's all sounds well and good, but this is actually coming to terms with the fact that you are going to have to maybe think outside the box, maybe put in a little bit of elbow grease up front. But isn't the reward worth a little bit of sacrifice up front? I say yes, because I've done this so much that I know that when you push through this, you make that commitment, it opens up a lifestyle that's not many people get to experience. Like, you look back and you say, this is the stuff I want to do when I was a kid. The way you do that is actually making the commitment and putting in the effort. So if you agree with that, just nod your head in your mind to say that sacrifice and reward are kind of related. By sacrifice, you get reward. So make the commitment, number one. Number two is you have to think outside the box. So you can no longer are the days you can just start a YouTube channel and start creating a bunch of videos and do nothing else but that. Why is that? Well, things get competitive. This is the law of making money. Competition exists. So because of that, you can't think, oh, I'm just going to create a YouTube channel and just take my phone, push some videos out there and think that without the right tactics, without the right knowledge, without the right tools, that this is actually going to work for you. So what are those things that you can do? Well, that's what we're talking about in this video. So let's cue up my professional looking PowerPoint presentation. Boom, the Mojo Traffic Method, how to get super affiliate traffic to new blogs, new YouTube channels in 2020. Okay, so or whatever year you're watching this. Okay, so so what I mean by that is these are tried and true methods, and we're going to adapt these to today to make sure that it works the best of its ability for you, and so you can break through. So let's flip over to my favorite thing to make this a high budget production, our PowerPoint presentation. So let's say you either have a YouTube channel. Let's just go with this. You just started your YouTube channel, and you have your blog. Okay, so we'll have the YouTube channel there and blog number one. So whatever it is. Now, I get a lot of questions. We talk about this in my Stay Home Commissions program a lot. Like, what do you spend your time on? Well, The two most versatile traffic sources, by the way, in my opinion, and based off my experience, are YouTube and a blog. So these are search engine focused. And if you follow my programs or if you watch some of my channels, you know I'm really big on search engine optimization, using keywords to get traffic to your new stuff. So that's tip number one, is you have to master, at least get a basic knowledge on SEO. So whatever your YouTube channel is, you at least want to have a rough idea what it is that people are searching for, right? They say, like, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, something like that. Okay, so that's the same thing with a video. If no one sees the video, it does not exist. So I like to build my core promotion strategy around that, because you can be a beginner. You don't need to have an ad budget. You just have to focus on creating content and SEO it, and then start tapping into other free traffic sources, which is what we're going to talk about today. So when you launch a new channel, let's just go with the channel just to keep it simple. Hold on one sec. Just got to make sure you can see. Do you guys see okay, it's a little off. Do you see it's cut off? Okay. So let's just scratch that. Let's do it right here. So this is your YouTube channel, YouTube, and a blog. Whatever you want to go with, we'll use both as an example. So blog. So you create your first video, video one. So what do you do with video one? How do you get people to actually get the view traffic? Well, I just talked about tip number one is just learn the basic keywords of what people search for. So if your video is about, I don't know, boogers. Let's go with cheese. I like the cheese example. Let's say you have cheese. I used this in my Tube Tycoon group example the other day. Let's say you like cheese and you want to make a cheese YouTube channel. So video one, if you do your SEO, you might know that people are looking for how to do like a cheese dip recipe or something like that. So that'd be your video. So through keyword research, through SEO, you will pull in some search engine traffic this way. Now that is a good start, but what do you do to really beat the competition? Because you could say all the other creators out there are also doing SEO. You know, you got a competition. There's a lot of people interested in cheese because it's good. And because of that, you have, let's say, you know, as an example, we have 100 creators. So if 90 of those are doing that, yes, you've now just improved your ability by 10%, but let's take this further. Let's get this to your first videos actually push through, or your first blog posts actually push through, so you can start getting those super affiliate sales. So step number two is to then start building up alternative platforms. Okay, so I've talked about this in Stay Home Commissions a lot. That's my most recent program. We talk about how to build up platforms like Medium. Okay, Medium's a good platform. Another thing, like your kind of like what do they call those? Your usual suspects. Pinterest, good place. Reddit, okay, also a good place to get some views coming in. Okay, and other great places, news. News sites are great ways to get a lot of high quality backlinks. So news articles are both do follow and no follow in SEO terms. If you're a beginner, do follow and no follow basically means when you create a link to this video, does it get a boost in the search engines? Because remember when I said earlier, I like to focus a lot on SEO. Reason why, it's 100% free. Okay, it's 100% free, meaning you just got to work with the search engines, and bada bing, bada boom, you get the traffic, meaning you get the sales. So do you follow along with me so far? Give me a yes in the chat box if that's the case. So let me make sure all is good. That's good. All right. All right, so the next step is to then start building out other properties. So we mentioned Medium, we mentioned Pinterest, but what are the other good things you can do? You can create audiobooks, audio podcasts. You can create slide shares. You can create additional videos. This is huge right here. So I mentioned creating additional videos. So I know it sounds like some kind of crazy inception here, but what we want to do is actually create videos for our videos. Okay, so let's say you're gonna make another YouTube video on other channels. You can actually get placed on channels that already have content and already have subscribers. So there are ways to do this. A lot of this can be done manually, by the way. And what we're going to do now is create additional videos. Let's say how to do cheese recipes. You know, video one might be another video about how to make cheese recipes. So you would actually make a second video and link that to the first one. So what is this going to do? This is all of these traffic sources here are going to send highly targeted visitors to your YouTube channels. Now, the same can apply to the blog. I know this is getting real crazy here, so just follow along with me. The same exact thing applies to the blog. sending highly engaged, high value visitors to the products that you want to promote. Now, you're going to want to do this for the next 10 to 15 pieces of content that you create. So total time spent, and I know this is what people are like, bro, you mean I actually got to do work? I actually got to do work to be on the internet, to make money? Look, if you want to make money on the internet, you got to compete. You have to compete. Now, that said, the more efficient you get at this, I can show you tools, strategies, and all that to make this a lot more efficient. So what normally may take you 20 hours of promotion, 10 hours of promotion to 20 hours of promotion for a piece of content, we can boil this down into an hour, 2 hours, 6 minutes even, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Okay, so each one, you're going to want to put into this effort. So the real question is, and I know people are just thinking, I mentioned this, like, oh God, I got to do work. Do you want to live a good life? Of course. Yes, you do, or else you wouldn't be here. So isn't it worth it just to go through the extra effort here to get these alternative traffic sources going for yourself? So that means you have to do manual work when you do it. So going forward with this example here, you do it 10 times. Now what's going to happen is all of these properties are going to create that snowball. So you need that snowball in order to break through the noise. So we're just going to do a little like crappy little graph here. We got 0, we got 1, that's you being awesome. You have your big channel. We got a bunch of little people happy watching you going. You're going to need to do this until you hit this point here. Now, the question a lot of people have is, do I have to do this? You know, if I want to create 100 videos, or let's just say 50 videos, do I have to actually go through this effort of building this thing here in order to do this? And the answer is no. So after you get that momentum, you can pull back and you can pull back and not have to worry about doing this extra work. And instead, what you can do is shift to creating good content. Because once you build that authority for your blogs or your YouTube channels, it then becomes much easier to get new leads, new super affiliate traffics to your website, your properties. Because once you build that momentum up, you have the subscribers, you have the trust, you have the brand, you have the ability to then pull in more subscribers through word of mouth, all the good stuff that comes from being a guru. Okay, if you want to be the guru, you need to actually have the momentum to create the good stuff that you want in life. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that it does take time. So it takes time. It's going to take you some learning, some experience, but you can do this yourself. Everything I just showed you here, it is possible to do this yourself. You can create the SlideShares. You can syndicate those out. You can create the ebooks. You can syndicate those out. The infographics, syndicate those out to all the top image sites. You can create the videos yourself. All this can be done manually. But what if there was a way to do this in just 6 minutes? Is that something you'd like to hear about? Okay, so a lot of people saying, I got to... if so, in fact, give me a yes in the chat box. So Stuff for Sale says yes. The Green Cabbie says yes. Okay, so I don't know if you've been following my emails recently. If you have, we actually have a traffic network that will do this for you. So we'll do everything I mentioned here and more. So there are new sites, by the way, are great traffic sources. So you can get these yourself if you want to go and try to manually find some of these writers, or you can tap in a way to have someone actually put your content, your videos, your blog posts on these news sites, on these video sites, all that for you. So we do have a special offer for you here today. It does close tonight. That's why I want to do this quick live stream. The link is below, or just go to stayhomecommissions.com/48amp. In fact, I'll type that into the chat box here. And this expires tonight. So there it is right there. And basically, in the video, I'll walk you through how it works. What it does in a nutshell is exactly what I just talked to you here. For you to do manually, it'll do it for you automatically. So in that, if you invest today through that link that I just sent you right there, stayhomecommissions.com/48amp, you get 2 cool bonuses. So bonus number 1 is you get additional amps. So that means you can promote more content, 15 pieces of content total with that bonus. And in addition to that, you'll also receive access to a powerful video software that will do the creation of the videos after you use your amps. So once you use all your amps, you can then use the software to create videos. And if you remember in this part of the steps here, where I mentioned creating videos to create more videos, Inception style, this part of the process right here, it will actually allow you to create those videos for your actual videos here with this fun stuff going on, and do this as much as you want. So that's bonus number 2. The page that I just linked you to, stayhomecommissions.com, is .com/48amp is the link for that. So if you have any questions for me about anything I talked about in this video, just let me know. Give me a comment in the chat box, and we'll go over that for you. Okay, the green cabbie says automation is life. Shane Anderson says yes. Race says yes. Rakeem says, go ahead, brother. Awesome. Bluebird says, hope I can still catch you live. Bluebird, we're live right now, my friend. We're going. Okay. So quick look, I'm just going to walk you through what I just mentioned here. I'm not going to spend, I know I've been emailing you guys a lot. This is something I believe in. It gets results, and I promote things that get results. So on the page here, when you go to that link in the sidebar, it's going to look something like this. And you'll see the bonus package here. The bonus package is here, the results. Okay, so the amps work, and they work well. So look at this. This Jan here, ranked number 1 out of 485 million search results. 480, that's 500 million search results for high value keywords here. We're talking marketing, digital marketing, some of the most competitive markets in the world. So these types of markets, for example, internet marketing, make money online, business opportunities, software. These are types of affiliate markets where you can make $100, $200, $300, $400 a sale with one single sale. So imagine if you took an amp, or you did this manually, which you can totally do. But imagine you did that you use your amp, you create in about 6 minutes or so. They take care of the rest for you. So they have writers, and the writers are going to create the content. They're going to create the videos for you. They're going to do the keyword research for you, send it all out to their huge network of websites. And then you'll be pulling in traffic to these affiliate offers. Or if you want to build your opt-in list, you can do that. Or if you want to just get viewers to your YouTube channel that eventually turn into sales, you can do that. Okay, so those are high value keywords, and you can pull that off with this method that I talked, the Mojo method, the Mojo super affiliate method, or you can use the tool that I've been recommending over the last week. Okay, so that is the link there. Just to warn you guys, the offer we are closing doors in the next 7 hours. I know that's kind of like a last minute notice here, but we had technical issues with this last week, and because of that, people were being sent to the wrong link. So we decided to open up for 48 hours, and we're going. And this is where we're at today. So there it is. Check out all the results that you can receive with this. At least with other people are using it, are receiving good, solid results for all types of different products, but specifically, we're using this in reference to affiliate offers. So there it is. StayHomeCommissions.com 48 amp, and that is it. Okay, so some of the chats. Let's talk about some of the chats there and go with it. So the green cabbie says amplifier is big money. So I agree with you. It is an investment. It is expensive, but look, good things aren't cheap, and cheap things are never good. So with that said, if you follow what I've taught in my programs or on this channel, if you send the traffic correctly to the right place, or you follow the bonus package that's available for you, what could seem as expensive will turn into can potentially turn into very expensive results to make it worth it. See, it's not the cost, it's what it can do for you, right? It's never about the cost. It's never about the money. It's about what that money can actually do for you. So that's why I push this hard, because I believe in this program, what it does for you is something you can do manually, by the way. So if you want to watch this over, but it's going to cost you a lot of time. It's going to cost you a lot of energy. I promise you that is going to be the most expensive thing compared to that. That's what's going to be expensive. Okay? So questions are, we have John Adams says, so you get rich and the suckers get sad. Interesting. So John, I promote products that are good, period. I mean, that's my job, is to promote products that work, to vet these things, to create training that works. So that is what I do. Now, I don't ever promote anything that's bad. If you've been following me for a while, you guys know that I only promote good stuff. I mostly promote my products and things that I believe in. So it's pretty rare. I think I only promoted at this point like 3 or 4 different affiliate offers. And that's why. So you can look at it that way. You can look at it as the negative and everything, or you can look at the positive. There's no such thing. It doesn't mean a business is never a zero-sum game. There isn't just winners and losers. It can be win-win. In fact, if you create a good life, if you're a positive person, if you work hard, or at least work diligently, efficiently, you can create situations where it's win-win for both. So yes, I do receive an affiliate commission for this, but it's something I believe in. Okay, so that's the link there is stayhomecommissions.com/48amp. That's the link right there. So it does close in 6 hours or so today. If you have any additional questions for me, let me know in the chat box. If not, we'll get off and we'll just end this as a short stream. Just wanted to jump on, let you guys give some cool training, and let you guys know about the offer, the special offer that we have available for you, which is closing in the next 6 hours or so. Link below, link in the right side to get this for you. Okay, so what does it take to become successful? Well, for a very long time, I tried to do everything myself. And that was one of the biggest mistakes that I've made up until this point. I can't tell you how much time that I wasted trying to figure out everything for myself. So the key to success is learning how to compress time, how to do something that normally would take you 30 years if you were to figure it out on your own, or you can compress that down into 5 years, or let's say 10 years, you can compress that down in 2 years. So compression comes along with learning a lot of stuff, continually training, getting the right tools, the right systems, and just following the stuff that already works. It makes no sense at all. I did the foolish thing. I kind of get kicks off of being like the first guy to figure stuff out. And because of that, it's like, imagine if you were to climb a mountain for the first time. Let's just take Mount Everest, right? The first guy that climbed that mountain died, okay? The guy that forged that first path ended up dying. I think his name was like Edmund Hillary or something like that. He fell down, he fell to his death, and they finally just recently found his body, like just a couple years ago. I think it was the first guy. Anyway, the first person is the one that dies. So trying to figure stuff out on your own is very costly. It wastes time. Or you can just, after someone does the path for you, just follow up the path. Now, if you want to get creative, which is something I recommend you do, is follow the path and then try to diverge a little bit from it. So you follow that path up the route, and you might, if you open your eyes, you think for yourself, you become self-sufficient, self-aware, you might be able to look up and say, okay, that path's pretty cool. The path that guy did is pretty cool. But look, I see like a path over here that might get me better results. It looks like it kind of goes around some of those pitfalls, or it looks like I actually get up the mountain faster. So that's what you want to do. Follow those proven routes. Okay, so my programs are great for that. Amplifier is a great tool. Like if you want to climb the mountain, you need tools. You need a good axe. You need good pickaxe. You need a good rope. You need I don't know anything about mountain climbing. So I imagine you need like food and tents and air and oxygen tanks. You need the right tools. So Amplifier is one of those. That's why I recommend it. And if anyone has any additional questions, let me know. Type those into that chat box, and we shall answer those here today. Okay, so what is the offer? Just go to stayhomecommissions.com, 48.48/amp. Here it is. It's right there. It'll take you to this page, and you'll see how you get a bunch of traffic, a bunch of clicks for a long while to come. See, that's the beauty of free traffic. Free traffic is not like paid traffic. This is the problem with paid traffic. Everyone's like, should I use paid traffic to make money online? It's a great way to go about it. Don't get me wrong. People make tens of millions of dollars with paid traffic. But for beginners, you don't have that luxury of being able to spend a lot of money and praying that it's going to convert so you can make some money. You'll spend tens of thousands of dollars to figure that out, most likely. Or you can go the free traffic route, which is what I believe in. Because the free traffic route allows you to kind of earn while you learn. Because when you do the free traffic, you put in the work now, and it continues to come in for years. YouTube videos, for example, last 5, 6, 7 years. I have some still going after in 2012. That's 8 years after I created my first video. It is still going and still getting traffic. So that's the beauty of free traffic. So let's say everyone's like, oh, what if I make a mistake? What if I do this wrong? Or what do I do that wrong? The beauty of this is that you can fix and adjust along the way. There is no kind of set in stone thing. Versus paid traffic, if you send the link wrong, if you have the wrong link, you're promoting the wrong offer, that money's gone forever. So look at this as an investment. Whether you do this manually, you rewind this video when it compiles after the live stream ends, rewind that, do what I just talked about manually. You could totally pull this off. It's going to take you time. It's going to take you a lot of energy ultimately, and that means it's going to cost you lots and lots of money just by trying to figure it out on your own. But they say it can be a good learning experience. Or now I go that way. You can figure it out on your own, so to speak. Or you can use the right tools to have it done for you, which is Amplifier for you right there. Okay, so, and I realize, by the way, guys, I know I'm recommending this a lot over the last week. It's something that just gets results. It's my job to give you the right things. Rakeem says the site's throwing an error. Rakeem, if you're getting an error, try this. It's a one-time investment. You can buy more if you'd like. So, Rakeem, try that link if that doesn't work for you. If anyone's having problem accessing that link, let me know. It seems to be working okay for me. Oh, nope. It's down too. Okay. It just went down. Whoops. Hold on a sec, guys. Okay, well, it appears to be that ClickFunnels is down currently. So you just go to deadbeat.com/amp or just try again in a second. The link is to the right. Okay, so if anyone has any additional questions for me, let me know, and we'll check those out right now. Yeah, okay. ClickFunnels looks to be down. That's okay. So if you want to invest, you can just wait after, and it'll come up a little bit later. Okay. Any additional questions for me? And if not, we'll turn off, end the stream today. So for those of you tuning in from the tuning in on the replay, currently live, the ClickFunnels looks like it's down or something like that. So it'll come back up. The link is to the right there for you. And that's that. So if anyone has any additional questions, let me know, and we'll answer those. So just to clarify, not the old box of doom. I figured it out. Okay, if you don't have any additional questions, whether it be anything I talked about today, we're going to end this. If not, by the way, I got a new camera, show and tell time. I just got this beast right here, Canon EOS R 35mm EF professional lens. This bad boy was like $4,000. It's going to be nice. I'm going to create a lot of good YouTube videos coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned for those. All right, so with the show and tell done, it looks like that is going to be the end of the live stream today. Thanks for coming out. Hopefully you learned a little bit of something there. If you came in midway through, I suggest that after this, the live stream will compile. It takes a few minutes. Play it again. I taught you how to break through, get the super affiliate traffic for a new site, new YouTube channel, and beat the gurus. So that said, make sure you hit that like button, comment below, give me some of those shout outs in the YouTube. Now I'll see you deadbeats in my upcoming YouTube videos.